Hello, my name is Hayley and my husband Bevan is behind the camera, and we're going to show you through our 9-metre Hino Rainbow Bus that we have been living in full time for the last 5 months. So come on in! First come in, we have got our shoe rack at the front. This has worked really well for us to be able to just have a place for shoes. You know, when you're making a tiny home and you've only got 19 square meters, you've got to think of places where you can put things. So we've got our shoes here, and then we've also got a little hatch here where we just keep things like our keys and the dog leads and stuff like that that you need when you're heading out the door. In here, we decided to utilise the driver's seat as an extra space to be working at, because we'll show you another space in a moment, but here, this is such a comfortable chair, so why not make use of it? So what Bevan did was he just simply put a little bit of wood on the back of here, and it sits perfectly on the steering wheel, and it holds your laptop there because it's got a little ledge, and you get a beautiful view out the front window while you're working. And then we have the front section here. This is the only part of the bus that we haven't really renovated. It's all just the original stuff. And I thought we would use this space a bit more, but what actually happens is during the day, it's very hot in here, just the direction that we're parked at the moment. So if you keep anything on there, you know, it's gonna melt, including this poor plant. So I have to move her around, otherwise she does wilt a little bit. But we could, you could do something with this space in the future. When you first come in, you have our little multi-purpose lounge area. So these two couches here are predominantly used as our dogs' beds. We've got Stephen's bed here and Hunter's bed here, so they sleep here at night time. But then we also, we use it as a little couch area too, so we can sit across from each other. But it isn't really where we lounge. We more so lounge in our bedroom. What else this does is it actually does fold out to form about just smaller than a king single, and we have the extra cushions to put in to fill up the bed space, but we haven't used that because it's just been the two of us in here, but we wanted to put that in just for resale value if a family wanted to travel in this bus. And then also underneath each of them, so we've got the dog things on here, but then these open up and we've got full storage under there. I thought that we would need to use that storage a lot more than what we have. We just put extra bits and bobs that we don't need access to much, and then under here is all of our solar power stuff going on under here. So it is a very multifunctional area, and it's just nice to come into. You know, you feel like you're coming into a bit of a lounge even though it is very, very small. This part here would be the most used section in the bus, I would say, other than the kitchen. This is where, because I work from home, so this is where I work most of the time. It's where I sit in the morning and I do my journaling and just sit with my computer at this spot. It is such a nice spot to work because you can fully open the windows, and the big windows in this bus is just one of the best features because you really don't feel like you're in a small cramped space. I feel like I'm sitting outside working, and it's just absolutely beautiful. And another thing about this table is that you can take this out, take the dehumidifier out, and it actually just folds down like so, and then you have some extra space. We put this space in because I have a little steam tent where I like to have my little saunas, so this fits perfectly in here. So that's the beauty of when you're building your own tiny home, you get to fit little spaces in that just work for you. So that is our little office area. And under here we have got like the office storage. So this sort of like my office drawers, got all of my business stuff, computers and stationery and things in there. Nice and easy just to pull it out when I need it. Over here we have got our kitchen. I love this kitchen. I really love to cook, and I do spend a lot of time in here. This sink is phenomenal. It is huge. We wanted to get a really big sink because obviously we don't have that much space to spread out dishes and that sort of thing, so it's been really great having the big sink. I love this this tap here, and it, you know, it can even swing around outside if you were ever, you know, camped up by the beach and wanted an outdoor shower, which I really love. In terms of actually cooking, you can see we don't have any stovetop or oven out. We chose to have appliances that we actually get out when we want to use them, and then we can put them away, because I like to have a clear, free space, because it just gives better juju, better feng shui in the bus. So we have got a 2-burner cooker that I get out, and we also have got an oven that sits here, and it's only just a toaster oven, but it's brilliant. I cook everything in it, and it's worked really well for us. And then on this other side here, we've got this extra butcher block area. This is actually where I do put my stove top, so that I can be sort of chopping and stuff here and be cooking over here. And we also have our tea, coffee, cacao station. So we've got all of our cups up here, and then our cute little kettle. I love this kettle. And our gorgeous picture here. This is actually a drawing using Faber-Castell pencils. It is phenomenal. It's by our beautiful friend Dominique Cates. She drew this for my 30th birthday, which we haven't gotten for my birthday. It is just amazing. You'll see our dogs in a moment, and I mean, that looks like a photo. Incredible. One of the really awesome things about the kitchen is this drop shelf here. It's just how we didn't originally plan to do that, but then with the dimensions of how wide this part of the bus was, and then the standard size of cabinets, it just worked perfectly to put this in, and it's just been so functional. Fits these jars so nicely here, which are easy to grab when I'm cooking, and then our cups right there for where our water is. This is also our sort of bathroom sink area, so we've got our toothbrushes and things there, and then I keep some produce and spices, and same thing over there. Just everything's just so accessible. And same with our overhead cabinets. We originally put these in thinking we would put doors on them just to keep everything looking nice and neat and tidy, but then once we moved in, we realized that the extra work to put them in, we're like, oh, like we really didn't mind having the open shelves, especially this side, because it looks quite neat and tidy. It can frustrate me sometimes having the containers, because it's hard to make containers look neat and tidy, but it's fine, and it's super easy. You know, you can just grab whatever you need. One thing that is pretty lush in our bus is our dishwasher. This was Bevan's must-have in the bus. We both had a couple of non-negotiables. Bevan's was a dishwasher. He said, I've been doing dishes for 35 years. I don't want to do them anymore. And I wasn't keen on a dishwasher, but now I must say it is probably my favorite thing in the bus. It makes life so much easier when dishes are piling up. To be able to have a place to put them just really clears up space for my cooking. So I absolutely love this. And then you can see all of our drawers here. It's, you know, it's the size of a small kitchen anyway. We've got rubbish bin, compost in there, all of our cleaning products and stuff, and then just we've got room for everything, like even this giant drawer here that has all of our pots and pans. And then this one here is our pantry. So we didn't need a very big pantry because we're real big fruit eaters, big vegetable eaters, so more of our stuff is actually in the fridge, so we just needed that small sized pantry. Over here is our Instantaneous hot water heater. Something that I've been really impressed with in the bus is the hot water. It is so fast, beautiful pressure, and so this baby works really well, and it wasn't that expensive. It was only like, what was it, Bevan, $300 or something like that, and it does such a beautiful job. Then we have got a full-size fridge freezer, which is brilliant for us because, like I said, we do use a lot of fresh produce and all Bevy's fish that he catches, and we freeze in there. It's really great having that in such a small space. You don't feel like you're having to live this tiny life. If we had like this tiny little fridge, that would drive me insane. So I really, really love that. Then coming back into this area, we've got our Max Air fan above us here. This is a great spot because it works as an extractor fan when I'm cooking, and it's just really good to have on during the day. It creates a lot more flow, and it also acts as our fan for the shower too, so it's in a really good position. So in here is our shower. I'll flip the light on so we can see in there. Just really basic, you know, we've Bevan fiberglassed it, and it's basic, but it is fabulous. It's got really great pressure, really nice warm water, and works great for us. And over on this side is our cupboard. So in here is all of our hanging clothes, and then we keep our linen and just, you know, medicine cabinet. It's our everything cupboard. Everything fits in here. We did downsize clothes a lot over time before we moved in, but we actually have so much storage in here anyway. Then we step back, we then have our toilet area. We also hang our towels in here as well. We have got a self-built composting toilet, so we just have a urine diverter which leads to a container underneath the bus, and then we also have just a bucket in there, a bucket lined with a compostable bag, and then we have got our sawdust here that you sprinkle in. It works brilliantly. We have never had an issue with any smell from the toilet. It's so easy to remove and clean. It's just fabulous. I have really been surprised with the loo. Then on this side we have got our laundry basket area and a bit of extra storage for like toilet paper and things like that. Back here is another very used space, and this is another multifunctional space. It's an extra desk, so I do work here a bit. I had been studying, and I like to do my study here because you can stand. It can be a standing desk as well as a sitting desk, and then it's also my area where I get ready. So on here we've got a lit light up mirror, which is really, really useful. And so right here I've got, you know, my makeup and skincare and hair stuff, so it's just all here. And I've got my hair dryer plugged in. We also have our little vacuum cleaner plugged in. Then behind here we have, because the cupboard that we put in is just a standard size, so there was a gap at the back, so Bevan had the brilliant idea to put a rod, and it is our wetsuit and big winter coat storage. So, you know, you can reach behind there and you can hang them up, so it's just, again, such a good use of space. And we have the overhead cabinets continued throughout the back, where we keep some more of our clothes, Bevan's side, and then behind where Bevan is right now is my side. So we really love having that extra space. Then we have our TV, which we only put in about maybe 6 weeks ago. We spent the first few months just watching Netflix on an iPad, and then we were like, well, maybe we should get a TV, and we put it in. We were like, oh my gosh, this is the best thing ever. It's like a cinematic experience back here. We've got it on a swivel, pulls out, and then you can easily detach it for lifting up the bed, which I will show you in a moment, the bed on gas struts. Now, right now we are sitting on our Super King bed. Having a Super King back here has been really amazing because it is our lounge area. This is where we hang out after work, watching movies, and you know, we've got two rather large dogs, so all four of us are often up in the bed, and they love to come up here and snuggle with us and sleep up here too. So it's been great having the really big space. We just got one of those roll up bamboo Ecosa mattresses, so we brought it in and let it out, and now it's stuck in here forever because it's too big to get out. Bevan thinks he can get it out, and I just don't. I don't think that he can, so we'll see about that. Over here is our exit door. At the moment we've got a canvas thing over the back because Bevan's doing some bogging and painting of the back. We want to keep it dry, but usually you could just open that up and just let the breeze on in, which is really, really lovely. Then back here we have got our headboard slash cupboard as well. So this is more clothes storage. So those two are mine, these two are Bevan's, and we have in here just containers like that we keep all of our smaller clothing in, like t-shirts and socks and that sort of stuff. And then on either side we've got our open shelving where we just keep water and stuff like that. And we also down each side of the bed have got little USB charging ports, and we have got plug-in, what are they called?
Power points.
Power points. We've got power points down there as well. So very functional back here. Spend a lot of time back here. I'll just show you under the bed. It is very easy to lift up under here. And so under there we've got heaps more storage. So there's our oven that I was talking about. It lives under there, as well as just some containers with stuff that we just don't need to access all that often. And then you can put it down. So here we have Steven, and little Steve, such a cutie boy. And then we have Hunter over here. And they have really taken to the bus life. It took them maybe a week or two to fully settle in because they had been quite indoor dogs. They spend a lot of time indoors, whereas now they've transitioned to spending a lot more time outdoors. So they come in here to sleep, but then especially this guy, who looks very sleepy at the moment, he loves to just go off and explore and sniff and find random wilderness water that he likes to drink. He'll drink from anywhere except for his water bowl. So it's been great having them in here. Even though it's only 19 square meters, it's plenty of space for all four of us. Thank you for watching our bus tour. It has been a pleasure to show you through our tiny home that we love so much.